on the road again, going places that I've never been.
Hi there, this is Martin again, Expedition Motorhomes. Just wanted to sit with you for a few moments and talk to you a little bit about the best ways to operate the motorhome if you are boondocking or dry camping or in an overflow lot where you do not have any hookups. In that case, you're self-contained, so you're going to have to be able to use all the facilities that come in the motorhome because the campsite or the campground will not offer you any electricity, it will not offer you any water or entertainment through cable TV. So the first thing we want to talk about is the power in the motorhome. You of course have two forms of power, the generator, which makes 110 volts of power, and the battery, which provides you with 12 volts of power. The 12 volts will operate the lights, the generator and 110 volts of course will operate everything else like your appliances and your outlets. Now when you're dry camping, you're going to want to use your generator for that power, but just be aware that if you're around other campers, then there is generally a curfew where you're not allowed to use your generator. That curfew generally starts at somewhere around 8 p.m. in the evening and then is lifted at 8 a.m. the next morning. So for about those 12 hours, again, it's a little bit different where you are, but pretty much for 12 hours you're going to be without generator power, so you're not going to have any 110 volt power. So you'll not be able to use things like the air conditioner, any of your outlets, the TV, the microwave for those 12 hours. You're only going to have your battery power for your lights. So there's a couple things to work around that. First thing is to remember that you have to keep your batteries charged up so that you do have them available for you through the night. The main way to do that, and we found the most practical way, is to charge your batteries every morning and every night. There are two ways to charge the batteries. One way is by idling your engine, and the next way is by running your generator. So here's how it works. In the evenings, you're going to be in the motorhome, making your dinner, getting settled down for the night. Run your generator or idle your engine while you're making your dinner, and that will charge your batteries up so that going into the evening your batteries will be fully charged. Then during the night, use your lights as you need it. They'll be running on the batteries, but remember to turn the lights off. You want to make sure especially that you turn off any porch lights or any night lights after you're done using it. Then the next morning when you wake up, the batteries will be a little depleted from when you used it the night before. You're up, you're getting ready, you're making your breakfast. At that time, run your generator again if you're using it to make your meal, or idle your engine, and then they will recharge your batteries. Then in the evening of that next day, same thing in the evening, charge up your batteries again the following morning and so forth. That way you'll be sure to keep your batteries charged up. What you do not want to do is let your batteries get fully discharged. If they get fully discharged, they will probably become damaged and not be able to hold the charge. And that could be a problem for you because then the battery will have to be replaced. So make sure that you take care of that. Let's talk about the generator for just a minute. You're going to be out in the middle of nowhere maybe, or in a campground where you're relying on the generator for your 110 volt power. Remember that the generator needs to get its fuel from the gas tank. And at a quarter level, fuel level in your gas tank, the generator will stop working. So make sure you got plenty of gas in your gas tank to operate your generator. So you got those two things taken care of. Air conditioning is one thing to remember also. You know, it's only going to run on the 110 volt power, so you're not going to have it available during the evening if you're camping in the summer. So you want to make sure that you have the motorhome cool going into the evening. Again, you just want to run your generator, turn your air conditioning on when you're making your dinner and so forth. Be sure to close all the windows, pull down the shades, and that way through the evening you will be nice and cool, and the insulation in the motorhome will help keep you cool. If it's during the winter and you need the furnace to be on, exact same thing. Turn the generator on, run your furnace, get it nice and warm in here, close the windows and everything, and you'll be just fine. So that's it for the power. Now let's talk about the water for a minute. You're going to not have any water coming in from an outside source to give you water, so you're just going to use the water that you have. So you remember you need to conserve it. If the water tank or the water pump pumps that water out at about 3 gallons per minute, chances are, depending upon the water or the motorhome that you're in, you're going to have somewhere between 15 and 25 minutes of running time of water before your water's totally gone. So be sure and treat it very carefully, and it's a precious commodity. So turn your water off when you're not using it, use it sparingly, and you should be fine. But just remember, you just have those few minutes of running time for your whole trip before your tanks go empty. Last thing is just remember that on your to help keep the motorhome cool, especially if it's during the summer, use your awning because that will definitely help cool the motorhome down quite a bit, and retract it in the evening. So that should do it. If you keep those things in mind, I think your dry camping experience will be easy and fun and a great time for you. So thanks a lot. If you have any questions, refer to our troubleshooting guide, the manual that we have in the motorhome. And happy camping. Thanks. This is Martin at Expedition Motorhomes.
Seeing things that I may never see again. I can't wait to get on the road again.